development of their own country's resources, such technicians are contributing to the expanding body of the world's scientific knowledge. The mapmaker's art takes him wherever the science of cartography dictates. It is not always desert or the jungle. It may take him, for instance, through the heart of Lima, one of the great cities of the Western Hemisphere. Here, the surveyor sometimes feels more like a movie star than a cartographer. And there are those who have been known to prefer the privacy of mountain, jungle, or desert. So far, we have seen just a few of the major efforts which go into that impressive-looking map you find in your atlas. But locations on a map have names. Somebody has to put them there. And that can be quite an adventure in itself. This job falls to a man known as a field classifier. The field classifier is part explorer, part cartographer, part detective, and part linguist. He must not only determine the local name for the islands, villages, or waterways which appear on his map, but frequently decide such matters as the appropriate spelling for a designation furnished by a native who has no written language. The field classifier is not the final judge of this nomenclature, which may require months of study and debate by learned scholars in the country involved. But it is his responsibility to give them alternatives from which to choose, and he usually finds it an interesting job.
A ver, los cerros que están allá enfrente, el más alto, ¿cómo se llama?
Ñaña.
¿Y este que está más acá a la izquierda?
Este es el cerro de Morón.
¿Y el puntón de allá qué nombre tiene?
Chaclacayo.
Chaclacayo. ¿Están seguros?
Sí.
¿No se llama Ñaña el de allá?
No.
No report on the Inter-American Geodetic Survey could be complete without a very special mention of the 937th Engineer Company, a group of Army aviation pilots who routinely perform one of the most adventurous jobs in flying today. The tools of their trade are 42 aircraft, including 16 helicopters. The pilots, many of whom are members of Corps of Engineers, not only fly technicians in and out of some of the most inaccessible locations in the world, but frequently assist in the technical jobs of mapmaking. Pilots of the 937, flying at low altitudes over unexplored terrain, are among the last of the real bush pilots. Ironically, for men who are part of the largest mapping enterprise ever undertaken, their job is made especially hazardous by the fact that where they fly, there are no reliable maps. Otherwise, they wouldn't be there. It would be hard to exaggerate the role of a modern helicopter in the work of men who must go to remote places and survive there long enough to do a job. And the job required for an accurate, detailed topographic map is far more exacting than anything which goes into the simple road map with which most people are familiar. Few are aware of how much of the Earth's surface, particularly in the Western Hemisphere, remains as much terra incognito as it was when Columbus set sail for the New World. The time is now in sight when doubt and uncertainty can be replaced by scientific knowledge. This achievement will owe a large debt not only to cartographers, but to the versatility of Army aircraft and to the Army aviators who pilot them.
Because IAGS aircraft are often the only light aircraft available in the interior, they are frequently called upon to perform mercy missions. Their record of service in time of national and personal disaster is second to none. The important thing to remember about our program is that we are not mapping Latin America. We are merely assisting the 16 Latin American countries in mapping their own national territory. We lend them equipment, we train their people, and we give them technical advice. But it's their program. The demand for large-scale maps is increasing every day. They are needed for the construction of their roads, building their power projects, colonization projects, and for the inventory of their natural resources. We are assisting the Agency for International Development in this program. IAGS has been supporting mapping operations in Latin America since 1946. During this time, our officers, our engineers, and our pilots have been working day in, day out with their Latin American counterparts. It is hard to imagine any program which has promoted more goodwill and understanding between the citizens of the United States and our friendly neighbors in Latin America.